Hello, welcome to my video for albums that I think were really cool and awesome in 2025. This is just like a quick video because I've been thinking of making this video for a while, but I've only just gotten around to it because I'm lazy, I guess. So I don't know, it'll just be quick. So first album, this is in chronological order by the way, 16th of January is Rivers as Human Beings by Yanis Lago, which is probably the first album from Yanis that I listened to, or the second, I can't remember, it was one of the two. But this one I listened to around May time, I think. And on my overall favourite albums chart, this is number 2, mainly because it's one of those albums that I listened to at a period in my life where I was not doing so well and a lot of shit happened, but overall this was an album that I've, I guess, associated with those sort of times, which I'm not saying I only like it because of that. It's a really good album. The sound design is really good. It's got I forget which ones it is. Camisole and Briefs and the other one, Time I Try Not to Waste, Back into Those Arms, Smallest Bunny Known, are fucking amazing tracks. I absolutely adore every single track in this album, those in specific, but I think I'm going to avoid saying that I relate to it because obviously I have no idea the artist's circumstances or reasons for making this, so it would feel wrong to say, yeah, I relate to this without fully grasping the context this album came to be. It feels very personal, and I guess that's something I like about it. It's sincere and it's so good. And again, it was at a time where I wasn't feeling too great, and I don't know, it's amazing. If you do have the chance to listen to it, then you probably should. It's I think the rate your music genres are progressive electronic, trance, that sort of thing, but it's really good, very good. Next is this album, which I can never remember the name of because it's really long. It's something like the least forgeable second that you'll ever lead in 242 or something like that. As of recording this video, I recently found out that the album was taken down from Bandcamp, so I'm not sure where you would go to listen to this, and I'm going to not say, I don't know. I don't know why it was taken down, and so I'm not going to endorse listening to it just in case that was part of the author's wishes, so I'll do a short one for this and say it's fucking insane. It's the most batshit ridiculous crazy album that I've ever listened to. I think it's truly experimental, I guess. It pushes the envelope of I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. It's really good and I like it a lot, and it's unfortunate that it got taken down from Bandcamp for whatever reason, whether that was the author's wishes or some external circumstances. I don't know. It's very good though. This is, oh god, OK Maximalist Dream by Agateflow, which was something that I came across when I listened to Helvetic Self by Sleep Country, which is on a label called New Motion. And at the time that I found this was the most recent release, and I listened to it, and at the time it didn't click too well. I was just looking for cassette spice, so I bought the cassette for it, and then I've listened to it at least 10 more times from now, and it's it's really amazing. It's not that dynamic, it doesn't have much change throughout the album, it's heavily textural. But it feels incredibly cozy, a warm album, and it's such an amazing listening experience, even if it's just mostly unchanging textures. It's really well put together and it just sounds absolutely incredible. This was 7th of February now, and god, I'm not sure what genre I'd call it. It probably fits sort of like into ambient noise wall territory, but it's also kind of not. It's sort of like noisy, sort of ambient. It's really good. If you're into like harsh noise wall or ambient or anything from that sort of area, then this is probably like a essential listen. It's so good. The cassettes look amazing as well. Hang on a minute. Where is it? God. It's a slightly different cover from the one on Bandcamp, but it's really well designed. Like, you have a sparkly tape, which is fun. And what else? It's just really well put together. I think it's a guy called Spencer who runs New Motions, but his designs are always amazing whenever I see them. Okay. So next is Eidetic Infinitum by Clarisine Transmitter, which is the project of Mothbloom, Kit, and some other people, I think. I can't remember. But this is sort of like glitch electroacoustic improvisation that was released on a label called Side on Loose, which is the same as the second album was released on. And this is just... I don't know, I listened to it around, July, August time, and it's just really well put together. Like, there's some really nice samples and... I don't know. I never know how to talk about music properly. It's just really well put together, it sounds really good, and it's pretty unique, I feel. It has its own thing going for it, and it has a definite sort of vibe. Like, it's not all over the place, batshit insane. Like, no, it's not incoherent. It's very, I feel, easy to understand and sort of easy listening, I guess. Well, not in the traditional sense, but it's really pleasant to listen to, I guess. Unlike something else that you might find on here, which is actually 2 albums from now. So, next is Earth Breaks by the South Hill Experiment, which is something I found... like on Bandcamp. I was going to the shop when I was at university and I just went under the experimental tab and clicked on one with a cool cover, and this is what showed up. Whilst I wouldn't say it's experimental, it's not experimental, it's sort of like, I think Indie-tronica is the genre that Rate Your Music gives it, which is, I don't know, it's sort of like fun, poppy rock type thing. It's... again, easy listening, I guess. It's really nice and good. Yeah, it's nice. If you like, I don't know, maybe Lemon Demon or something, then it's good, but it's not as, like, silly or goofy as Lemon Demon. It's sort of maybe a bit more serious, but still not, like... it's not dark in any way. It's really pleasant and nice to listen to. And especially for something I found on accident like that. In comparison to this one by Shearling, Motherfucker and Both Amen and Hallelujah, which is another album which is completely batshit insane. It's some sort of experimental rock, some sort of flavour. It's like all over the place. Like, it's not incoherent, again, I'm saying this a lot. It has a very definite feel to it, but the textures and rhythms... what the fuck am I talking about? It sounds really strange. It's like heavily distorted, unconventional rock, and there's some... I'm not going to describe it as singing or spoken word, because I don't really feel it fits into either of those two, apart from maybe spoken word fits, I don't know. But the lyrics, I'm going to call them, are ridiculous. I have no idea what the guy's talking about, but it's fairly dark and disturbing, and this is actually an album that I listened to like in 2026, like earlier this year, so I'm not sure if I should count it or not, but I am anyway, because like, who cares? And my camera's frozen, fucking awesome. Okay, and now my camera's back, and I don't know why it crashed, but here we are. Next album is this one by Yanis, which again, it was either this or Rivers, which was the first Yanis album that I listened to, and I'm not going to try to pronounce the name because I can't pronounce it. But this one was fun, and I don't know how to describe music. It's got a lot of cool sound design. It's really fun to listen to. I like it a lot, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no script for this video, and I'm completely going off vibes at the time. And to be completely honest, I can't really remember much of this album right now, which isn't really a good vibe because it's a very good album, and I like it a lot, and I think it's really good. However, at the current time, I can't remember anything about it, which is a shame. God, it's really good though. If you like anything that Yanis has made, this is sort of essential, I guess. I remember what it sounds like. I remember most things that relate to my experience about it, other than what to say right now. I do not know what to say at all. Fuck. Okay, this next one. Yay, okay, I can talk about Birthing a lot. Birthing was the first Swans album I listened to, because I got into them, like, super late, so I cannot... The circumstances under which I listened to this was I was at the record store in Cardiff, and they had it, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll get the CD for it, because it's a cool CD. And then I didn't think that I'd like it that much, but, like, I think first time I listened to it, I didn't really get it. Like, my favourite track was I Am a Tower, because that's one everyone loves. And then, like, I re-listened to it again at some other point, and the rest of it sort of clicked, and I sort of started listening to way more of Swans' stuff, and then got, like, fairly into Swans, and now I have quite a lot of Swans CDs, and I really like it. But at the time, it was like, yeah, I Am a Tower is my favourite for sure, and then slowly it sort of shifts towards maybe that's not as good of a track as I think it is. Or maybe not that, but maybe the other tracks are also incredibly good. Like, the title track I feel is heavily underrated. Red and Yellow, Guardian Spirit, all those second half tracks as well I didn't really get when I first listened. And I think now, after having listened to it quite a few times, they've sort of clicked in my head and I understand them a bit more. This, I think, was another one that made it into my top 10. Next is Horror Vacui by another Yanis album. This one is similar to Rivers in the sense that I listened to it at a similar time. I think I listened to it either the day it came out or the day after it came out. And this was at the time I was in Finland, right, seeing my girlfriend. And I listened to this on the way home from that. And the way home was, like, genuinely one of the worst days I've ever had. And I listened to this album at least 6 times during the way back. And that, alongside, again, the album's really, really good. I don't know, it's sort of more focused on the vocal aspect of it. It's not as, like... I don't know what the word is. I'm not going to say negative, like... It's more upbeat, but it's not upbeat. It's more upbeat than Rivers, but Rivers isn't upbeat at all, really. But this got me through that, and it's a very special album for me because of that. And again, I'm not going to say that... God, whatever. I've already explained this. You can go back in the video and watch or something. This is that one. 65 Thousand Doves, which is another Side on Loose album that's really cool. And I don't know what genre this is, or like much about stuff that sounds like this. Like, whatever genre this is, I'm not tapped into it. Like, I don't listen to it usually. But this one I listened to, like, on a whim when I was first looking at Side on Loose's stuff. And this was, like, something that was really, really good at the time. Like, I felt it was really good. and it still holds up today. I don't listen to it like as much as I did when I first found it, but it's really good. Like, the tracks are quite short. It's only about 20 minutes, I think. But if you have 20 minutes and you're willing to give a new album a try, then I'd suggest this one. Again, sorry, I don't have much to say about it. Next is Attis by Distraxi, which is another one I have a cassette of. Where is it? There. Cool cassettes. And it's red and black. And like a lot of Distraxi stuff, it's got a religious theme to it, and it's Paraelectronics because it's Distraxi. This one's kind of different to her other stuff. Like, a lot of it feels maybe a bit more melodic. Like, a lot of the songs are like really heavy Paraelectronics, like harsh noise wall type shit, but like this one does focus a lot more on melody and harmony in some parts. Like, I think Scotum, the last track, has a really nice loop of synth chords, and it's really good. It's probably my favourite Distraxi album, apart from maybe the self-titled, but it's really heavy and like dark listen. If you're willing to go for that, that's another good recommendation. Then there's 3 Days War by Evelyn Lovetel, which is not known at all, mainly because it's not known, and neither is the artist. But this is something I released on my own label, like maybe a month after it came out or something, which I was really happy to do because it's a really cool album. And at the time, I was sort of like, oh god. There's this artist that I'm heavily into called Feverfew, or X Feverfew X, or Ritual Immersion, or I forget what other aliases she goes by, but she makes a very distinct sort of style of folk, which often is referred to as witch folk, but I'm not sure if that's an actual genre, but who cares really. But in a lot of parts of this album, it feels sort of similar. It does also have some glitch electronic aspects and EAI and that sort of thing. But overall, the feel of this album is sort of like cryptic, ritualistic. It's really interesting, and I like it for what it is. It's really, I don't listen to it often. It's kind of hard to listen to, but it's definitely worth it if you're like looking for something really strange and unique, weird type thing. Now what is it? Making Up for Lost Time by Deer in Headlights, which is again something I wouldn't usually listen to. It's like, oh god, I don't know what you call this. It's really lo-fi guitar. I don't know what you call it. Maybe emo. I don't know. But it's sort of like, god, I don't have the right words for this. I don't know, it's distorted guitars and not very lo-fi and kind of noisy, and god, the production's not great, which is the vibe of it, I guess, that it's lo-fi, you know. But it just feels really nice and homely, that sort of thing. Like, it was made in a bedroom, so what do you expect, I guess? It's another album that I listened to on impulse. Like, I was looking for cool physical copies of things to buy, and this is one of the ones I found, and I do have it somewhere up here. God. Yeah. It's a CD which came. It took a while to come, but it did eventually, because it's only one guy making them, and it came with. Shit, okay. It came with Pokemon cards, which is fun. But it's nice music, it's good music. And just, I don't know. I'm kind of losing it, I'm gonna be honest. But again, that's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk about albums which I personally think are really cool. And sort of, it doesn't have to be like this whole ass YouTube video, it just has to be like, a way of logging it. Like, me, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing this for. It's just fun. I don't have to be able to talk about music really well. I don't use Rate Your Music. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just going to put it back like this. It's a really cool physical as well. Then there's Eternal Blue by Bisque and Young Morpheus, which is another thing that I wouldn't really listen to usually. It's UK hip hop, which is not something I'm tapped into at all. Is a while ago I was trying to get into UK hip hop, right? And there's this artist called Bisque, so I checked them out, and they had this one with a cool cover, so I listened to it. It wasn't this one, and I thought it was really cool. And then I saw they had a cassette of this one, so I listened to it, and I thought this was really cool as well. It's, I don't know, it feels really odd. Like, the other album I listened to from this guy, Fat Chance, was like, I swear it sampled Yume Nikki, and it might well have, because this one samples Swirling by Sun Ra, which I think is a strange choice, but like, it fits really well in the context of the song, and overall I find this is really easy for me to listen to, despite not really listening to much UK hip-hop. Yeah. And then there's the new Moreru, which is, I don't know how to say the title, but this one's just like Moreru. Everyone knows Moreru. It's normal. It's a normal Moreru album. It sounds like Moreru. It's not like amazingly notable in their discography, but I like it because I really like what they do, and it's something that, before I listened to them, I'd been looking for that sort of thing for a while, so this is something that I appreciate quite a lot. Azazil X by Coca-Cola. Another album that, like, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I was waiting for the new Coca-Cola album for quite a while. Like, I didn't know she was making a new album, but I used to listen to her music a lot more, like, back in 2020, 2021, that sort of time. And then I found out, like, a month after this album came out, maybe in like December or something, that this came out, and I was like, oh really? I didn't know that there was a new one in the works. And then I listened to it, and it was really good. I have pre-ordered the CD for this one, but as of now it hasn't even been shipped, so I don't know when that's coming. But if you know who Coca-Cola is and what her music sounds like, then you will probably like this. It's much of the same, but that sounds like a really bad thing to say. It's not much of the same. It is. What? It's really good. It's better than her other things, I think. This is probably my favourite Coca-Cola album, apart from maybe The Angel of the Demon, which is not really like her usual stuff, so whatever. Aetherist 3. Yay. Everyone loves Aetherist 3. So, Aetherist 3 is I don't know what it is exactly. It's like some crazy, super 14-hour long skit, essentially, if you boil it down. But like, it's a really high effort skit, so there's a whole ass story which is very difficult to follow. The music's really good, and it's overall very well put together, and I found myself quite invested in it at times. It takes a while to listen to because obviously it's 14 hours long. You can't really lose focus when they're doing the story parts, because otherwise you'll just have no idea what's going on. Even if you try to focus, you'll probably have a hard time following because it's just all over the place. With the download, I think you do get like a document which outlines what the story is, so you can like try to follow along, but since it's told non-chronologically in the album, it's still kind of really hard to follow. But it's like absolutely incredible and a really good way to sort of end the SIM card style GAN project. I think I ended up finishing listening to this one in 2026 as well, but it's very good. Awesome. Then there's Book 2, which I'm still listening to, which is by Overbearer, the Traitor, the Hellish Dog, who I don't know who they are exactly. I think it's Audrey or Audie or something like that. But it was released on Sidle Noose, a sort of sequel, I think, maybe, to the self-titled, which was released last year in god, 2 years ago in 2024, I think, and that was sort of like some electro EAI album or glitch electronic. It was really strange, a really strange listen, and it was also quite hard to listen to. However, where I am with this one, I feel this is probably a bit more accessible, although I'm not sure. It's definitely easier to listen to, but not necessarily more accessible. A lot of the albums are just like a lot of parts of the album are just like relatively quiet looped samples, although for some reason I do feel whilst listening to it that it's really well put together, and it probably is if I feel that. Like, it's so strange, and some of the tracks are like really fucked up, and like not like in a bad way, but in a sort of like this is crazy type way. Like, it's extremely unique and it's so good. It's significantly better than the original Overbearer, The Traitor, The Hellish Dog, which isn't saying that the original's bad, but I'm saying it's on a whole other level. Like, it's so much more improved and polished than the original. And whilst I do think that for the original, the fact that it's relatively unpolished works for it a lot of the time, this book 2 is so fucking amazing. I don't really know what to say now. I guess that's the end of the video now. Thank you if you did watch it, because I really like these albums. If you like the look of any of them, then you should probably listen to them, because they're really, really good. Anyway, thank you, and bye.